This is Gary with GEEZBEEZ. Today I'm going to show you a couple of hives. I've taken some resources from our resource yard and we combined two hives and put some more resources with them to get them up for the honey flow. And so I took some newspaper and I put between them, and I'll show you what we did on the combine and we'll see how they're doing. And then we'll show you some of the resource yard and kind of what we're talking about taking. You've got resources over there. You got 3 frame nukes, 5 frame nukes. They have queens in them, and we're able to take those queens and some of those frames full of brood and full of bees over here to help some of these in the production yard who came out a little weak. So that's what we've been doing, is combining and rearranging, and I'll show you some of that here in a minute. We've combined a hive, and we had a couple weak hives, so we went ahead and combined them. I'm going to use some dead out frames, some old frames that I've got to help them not have to dry out all these new frames. I put a piece of paper between them. I've got a new queen in the bottom, and we'll see how it's been. I guess I did this Thursday, so it's been just a little bit. We'll take this off and show you how they kind of eat holes and kind of get used to each other. Just combine them, put a pollen patty on these guys here on the bottom, and we'll take this paper off. They've chewed some holes in it. They've had time to kind of get used to each other, get used to the queen. So we'll guys up there. We're going to put some frames in here for them so they don't have to draw these out. Help them get built up for the honey flow coming. They've started on that one just a little bit. They're drawing it out, so I'm going to move these on out where they're not drawn out. Been here, I guess been in here about 3 days, so looks like they've combined okay. They're not fighting or doing anything, and looks like they're pretty calm, just working. So we're going to put these new frames in, get them combined. I'm going to get a pollen patty to give to these guys. They are bringing some pollen in, but since they just got combined, I'm going to give them some pollen patty. Okay, so we're in the resource yard, and really all the resource yard is just to to have resources available for the main production yard coming into the honey flow. It really helps you get max production, to get max honey production. And so what I do is I usually start, I've got 3 frames. This is a 3 frame here, and I've got queen castles, 2 queen castles, and I'll usually start them in these 3 frames, and then start them with a frame of brood and a frame of food. And I'll grow them up, let them draw another frame out, and then I'll move them into the 5 frames. And so that's kind of what's going on here. We've got 3 frames. We've got I've just got the 1 3 frame going right now. I've moved all these 5 frame nukes have 3 frames apiece in them. And so all 3 of these are available. They have queens in them right now. They're all queen right. And so they're available if I need them over in the production yard. So I've got a couple of hives over there that are they're doing okay. They're not growing quite the way I want to. So you can come steal a frame of bees from each one, build it up a little bit if you need to, or if your queen just isn't producing. I did put a new queen over there in one of my production hives about 3 days ago. So that's what's important about having a resource hive. And if you're a small beekeeper, and if you can have 2, or really it's nice to have 3 colonies, then you can switch them around as you need to help them out and keep them going. But if you're in it for honey production, it's good to have a resource yard and a honey production yard. And then you'll overwinter these nukes this year, and I'll probably split again after production and double the size of this yard. I'll overwinter them, and then coming next year I'll put them into 10 frames, and we'll have a bigger production yard. So that's a good way that you can grow your production yard and keep your production yard producing as much honey as you can by putting the most amount of bees in towards the flow that you can get in there. And also a good way to keep your swarms down. If you do have swarm cells, it looks like you've got too many bees, you can't really expand your boxes anymore, you can always bring them over here, put them into 3 or 5 frames and grow them out, and they'll be ready for another. You'll cut down on your swarming tendencies, cut down on your number of swarms, and you'll still have your bees over here being ready for production. So we've started another yard, just a nuke yard, on the southern part of our property, quite a ways away, because we've got a lot of sumac. We've got another water supply up here, a creek that just runs just south of here. And then we've got these 10 nukes up here. We've got 2 of them we split some into already. They're already going there. They have the feeders on, and I've got some pollen patties on for them. They're 3 frames apiece. And then we'll start, after our honey production's over with, we'll do some splits into these 10, and we'll probably add 10 more. And we'll have about 20 up here in this yard. And we'll overwinter those. And then next year, we'll move them in for production. And we'll have 20 more production hives next year. So you can kind of see how you can use these smaller nukes, and even a 3 frame, even some people even use a 2 frame, just to do small splits, to build them up and overwinter them in these nukes. That'll overwinter just fine, and you'll have a lot of production colonies for the next year. So, and a lot of help in your resource yard if your resource yard gets down a little bit. But our resource yard up there is pretty full, so we decided to start these and start splitting into these and carry these through winter time. So anyway, that's what we're doing up here, and we'll have probably about 10 more. We'll probably have about a total of 20 this year. Thank you. So I just wanted to, just a quick reminder, I am giving away barrage seeds. I have a little bit more left, so if you have liked and subscribed, just like and subscribe and send me your address. Some people like subscribes didn't send me their address, so if you wanted seeds and you are subscribed, just send your address to my email, which is gba54321@gmail.com, and we'll get the seeds to you. We've done the mail outs and we've got them all mailed out to date, so some people have received them, some people haven't, but I mailed a bunch more out yesterday, so I think that you'll be getting them this week. So just let me know, and I appreciate it. Thank you.